Like, there's still remains of like Greek ruins from 300 BC.
Really?
Yeah.
In Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. There was a whole. I never got to this town, but up on the Oxus River, there's been several attempts over the decades to do an archaeological excavation of the entire city, but it's a no shit Greek city in Central Asia.
Wow.
So when Alexander of Macedon, when Alexander of Macedon,
Alexander the Great,
was his campaign in Asia, so he pushed all the way to the Indus River, but what he would do along the way is establish Alexandrias. So you know Alexandria in Egypt, but there's multiple Alexandrias. Like the etymology of Kandahar, the town in Afghanistan, is, if you go back, it was Iskandahar, and Iskandahar literally means Alexandria. That was one of the Alexandrias that he established in Central Asia and all over Persia and Asia Minor, and like that was his thing. So it was a way to kind of maintain a foothold in that part of the world, like build a city, establish like a Greek education system to educate the locals in the Greek model. So he was kind of projecting, he was in it for the long game. Like, this is part of Greece, it's going to be Greek. And the Greco-Bactrian empire, if you want to call it that, probably lasted like 100 years, and then it just fell apart.
Is there like documentation of the Greek cities, the ruins in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Jamie, can you pull some of that up so you can find any of that? That's fascinating. I had no idea.
So the old Alexandria.
So here it is. Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And so that's just abandoned now?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from 300 BC?
Yeah, around that.
Wow. That's amazing. I had no idea. So at one point in time, that had been some sort of a thriving community.
Yeah, the city on the Oxus, that Iconium. See where it says Iconium, Wikipedia? That was the city on the Oxus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So they had an amphitheater.
Yeah, it was a full-on Greek city.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is wild. And so how did they maintain it, and how did it collapse?
I mean, I don't know.
Look at that. That's intense, man.
But that's up north in Kunduz.
What is that statue, Jamie, where it says a history? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a Buddha statue.
The Buddha's a Bamiyan. Like, the Taliban blew those up.
Oh, right. Yeah. Fuck. What a bummer.
Yeah.
How old were those?
That I'm not sure. But there's a lot of historians think that like the Vedas and Buddhism kind of started like more in the Afghanistan area.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. The Vedas.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at all these Buddhas.
Yeah. There's tons of there's some really cool. So there was this really interesting period of history of Greco-Buddhism in Central Asia. There was one of the Greco-Bactrian kings, Menander, actually converted to Buddhism, and there was this brief moment of brief period of Greco-Buddhism in Central Asia, and so the Buddhas that were carved, so they're carving statues of the Buddha and stuff, but it's in this total Greco-Roman style, so they're beautiful pieces of art, and it's literally a Greek Buddha. You know, you look at it stylistically, and it's like, that's Greek, but it's a Buddha, and it's cool, flash in the pan of history.
See if you can find any images of that. Are those all gone? The Taliban blow them all up?
No, I mean these. So there's actually some at the Met, New York, that I've seen. I've seen some at the National Museum in Kabul.
Look at that.
So, yeah.
That's so strange because it's so obviously like influenced by Greek art.
Yeah, the folds in the robe and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
It's really, really cool, really interesting.
Human civilization is so bizarre. The rise and fall of these empires and these civilizations, and for you to go and visit it in the middle of combat must have been particularly bizarre.
Yeah, like I would try to get in, do my share of, for lack of a better term, like tourism. Like I went to the old citadel outside of Kandahar, where right now when you're on the ground it doesn't look like anything, but if you go to like Google Earth, you can see the old outline of the city walls, and you could see the citadel in the middle, and it's like it's still there, the remains of it. Like up in Nuristan, which is a super interesting part of Afghanistan. It's like the northeast part of the country, and it's a region that wasn't even converted to Islam until the end of the 19th century. Like you can make the analogy of they're like the Basque in Spain, right? It was like this mountainous region that kind of was able to retain like its cultural and linguistic identity because of the terrain. Like it was more defendable. So Nuristan was like that as well, and so they were finally forcibly converted to Islam into the 19th century. And before that, they were called Kafiristan, which is like land of the infidel. And then once they underwent the conversion process, they became Nuristan, which is land of the enlightened.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but it's such an interesting place. I liked it a lot because it reminded me of home where I grew up. Because you have like alpine forest. It looks like Yosemite. Like if they could ever have peace there, they could have like a trekking industry, ecotourism, whatever, like White River rafting down the Kunar River. Like is gorgeous. And there was places where in Afghanistan where I was like, I could be home on the Olympic Peninsula right now.
Wow.
Like mountains, alpine forest. Yeah, there's the old citadel.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I had no idea this stuff was there.
Yeah.
The history of Afghanistan is so fascinating and so spectacular, and so like the futility of trying to conquer that place and control that place.
It's going to be what it's going to be.